What's up, guys? We're out here at Galot Motorsports Park. It's Thursday night, test and tune. We got my buddies out here. We got Shannon Horton. This is his car. Happy's out here with his car. Happy's getting ready for the No Prep race coming up this weekend at Thaw Out. Shannon Horton, he just bought this car. It's a naturally aspirated monster. I don't really know everything that it's got to it, but he had shoulder surgery recently, and so he wants me to shake it down for him since he just got it. We don't know how the car is going to work. So we're getting ready. We're going to have fun. This is going to be a good night. We're going to have a great time at the track. It's always fun when racing season's here. If you're close to Darlington, the Thaw Out is happening this weekend. Go check it out. All right, so Milton had to get in the car. I couldn't get in the car on the trailer. Shannon's got a jacked up arm. This is his wife, Barbara. Shannon, what's up with the car?
It's ready for you, John.
So what is it? Tell us a little bit about it. I don't even know what it is.
420 cubic inch, dry sump, all motor.
So it's 420 cubic inches. Are those SC1s or C3s or D3? C3s. So that's not bad. So this thing is naturally aspirated. You said you're going to try to do some no prep racing with this one at some point too.
I hope so.
I mean, that's kind of the goal. It's supposed to. Are we going to share times with it tonight?
Yes.
Okay, so we're just running it on motor. If I can get in the car, I couldn't even get in the car on the trailer. Milton had to get in it and back it up. My leg was hitting. I don't know that I can get in that little cage. If not, we're gonna have to get us another driver.
If I can get in there, you can.
Barbara can drive it. Barbara, you can drive.
I don't know about driving.
Come on now.
Get in there.
So this thing is awesome. I mean, this thing supposedly, I think it ran, what did it run before in the 5-speed car? 580s, 590s. He's going to put nitrous on it at some point. You know, for these back of the track races, you don't have to be super fast. So, I mean, you know, it should be in the hunt. Now, he is on drag radials, so that may be a potential issue. At No Prep, he'll put slicks on it for that. But this is a pretty well-built car. I don't know if y'all know David Farlow and Eric Gold. I think this was Eric Gold's old car, right? I don't know if I don't know. He didn't race it long, and then they started teaming up with David Farlow's. But it's a well-built car. It's nice. I'm not particularly fond of those bars. They are high. Woo! I don't know if I'm going to be able to get in it. We're going to try. All right, here we go. Happy's having transmission problems with his. It was working. He worked on it all day. And now he said the car won't move, so he's fixing it. He just jacked it up. We're going to try to figure out what's wrong with it. Okay, well, as it turns out, we got to pull all the spark plugs out of this one because the back needle and seat was hung, and I couldn't see it because it had the scoop on it. Happy's car will not back up or move forward or do anything. It worked fine at the shop, and now it won't move, so he's got a transmission issue. So he's fixing to go back to the house, he's fixing to go back to Brian's shop and figure out what's going on with the transmission. We cannot get the laptop to hook to Shannon's car, so we've got no two-step on the trans brake. So once we get this fixed with the carburetor, but that is a pretty sunset back there. So we just got all the spark plugs out. Make sure the ignition is off. We do not want an explosion. But what he's got to do is bump the motor over. The cylinders are full of fuel, and so one of these is going to shoot a methanol water fountain. Do it again. Do it again. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay. So now we got the fuel. Very critical when you do this. Do not have the ignition on. If it sparks, methanol is not very flammable, but gasoline will spark and you'll have a big boom. Been there, done that. So all the plugs are out. So now what we got to do is we got to figure out why, before we put the plugs back in it, we got to figure out why this needle and seat was dripping fuel out of it. It could be just too high, or it could be a piece of trash. Fuel pump's on. Turn the fuel pump on.
It's on.
Fuel pump's on?
Yes.
Okay, stop it. See that leaking? So we need to adjust. Okay, we need to run that down. Okay, so we got to adjust carburetor. Very easy the way this is adjusted. I mean, it's not too difficult. This is the adjuster here. Basically, you loosen this screw up. Once you loosen the flathead screw up, this is on the needle and seat. And all you do is we're going to turn it down, and you count the number of flats. And then we got to take this thing out too. Okay, so I move this, loosen this up, loosen it up, and then turn this clockwise. 2 flats is all I went. And now we've got no more fuel coming out. These plastic sight plugs are good in theory, but they don't really work real well because you can see how that one is already clogged up. And if I try to take these out to check it, guess what they're going to do? They're going to break off. So he's gonna have to get some more of those. I prefer just getting a regular brass screw. This is the lazy man's way, and it ain't worth the crap anyway, in my opinion. So now we got this good. The back barrels are adjusted pretty good. And you can see instantly, as soon as this moves, it does that. It gives you a little bit of fuel shot. But the front one, if you notice, I'm moving the front one here, and we're getting no fuel slop. This is going to be a hesitation, a stumble, and people set this wrong all the time. You don't want any right here. You do not want any air gap. If you got air gap there, then that's not going to work. So we got to change that real fast. And then we're going to bump the motor back over. Go ahead and turn the fuel pump off. It's maintained and it's not dripping any at all, so we should be good. We'll bump the motor back over because we did get a little bit more drip. Get the fuel out of the motor again, put the fuel plugs back in it, and crank it back up. Wow, this is the busiest I have seen Gallant in a very long time. Everybody's wanting to get the bugs worked out Thursday night. Test and tune. Dace is up here with his truck, so we've been trying to help him out a little bit with his. So we're gonna see if we can get a little bit of data on his, and hopefully it'll work good. Shannon's is now down there, will not start. So I don't know if we've maybe fried the actual, I don't know if we fried. We could have fried the starter. I don't know what's going on. There's Logan. What's up? Street car. Boy.
That's that small block car you have, remember?
Woo. Sir, what's up?
What's up?
How are you? That is not Chris. Hey, you want something? What's up? Look, I'm an iPhone YouTuber. You got that good camera.
I don't know, you can't beat my phone.
No, it works okay. So there is a crowd out here. Got John and Ben and all those guys. There's a bunch of people. There's the Todd father, as he calls himself. Todd. Honky Kong back there. Mike. Man, everybody is out here. Nice, pretty day. Track Guru Harold. Okay, so we got it to crank up and go back on the trailer. So it is a bad battery. We put a jump box on it, and it cranked right up with the jump box. So apparently either his 16 volt charger or his 16 volt battery is no good, because it looks like it may have just a dead cell in the battery, because the charger was showing it was only giving out like 2 or 3 amps. So the charger thinks it's, you know, mostly full. So I think it's the battery. It could be the charger though. So he's got a little bit of work to do. Sorry, bud. First day at the track blues. I still can't get in the car and out of it. Milton was having to do that. That roll cage is, woo! It is definitely built for a small man. All right, so Dace has spun that time, so he's made a few changes to it. He's gonna go up there again and see if it'll go down. Sometimes you're the bug and sometimes you're the windshield. Everything we messing with tonight is a turtle. So everything is, we're bugs tonight on everything. So he just pushed it up here. He decided he was going to do a shock change. He's got some good shocks, but he said they've been out for a little while. They hadn't been back to the shop. And so he put them on full tight, because it looked like on the video that, you know, it would bounce and it would separate a little bit, and then the tire would wad up and then it would come back up. And he's been fighting it on radials, and he's been fighting it on slicks. And so he's done bar changes and a whole bunch of stuff. So he went down there and just tightened them full on compression and extension, and this is full compression. So it is moving a lot. It is not tight. When you go full tight on extension on these shocks, they're the Mensers, the AFCO style, they generally lock it down tight. Extension is doing exactly like it should. Full tight on the extension is locked it down. So I think he's right. He said he don't think he's gonna make another pass tonight.
They've probably been on there since 2014.
So they're 6 years old. So I mean, they just got a lot of laps on them. I mean, that explains what I mean. I think that's because you have tried every bar angle, every tire, every power management.
I mean, you've got to have that compression with the radial.
No, that's right. And he was struggling on the radials. It would occasionally make a lick, but it wasn't consistent at all. And so, but that makes sense. Compression, maybe the compression side's just done, and they just need to be rebuilt. I don't know. I mean, how often should we be taking our shocks and getting them rebuilt?
I don't know, but I'm gonna find out.
That may be a good question for Mark tomorrow. So, or whoever's running up there at Mensers. But yeah, okay. So, so Dace is not gonna make any more passes tonight. I was hoping he'd going to get down, but I mean, maybe that's the problem. We'll probably stick around for a little while. There's still a good crowd out here. That thing was fast. Well, sometimes it just happens like this at the racetrack. You get out there, you have good intentions, you want to make passes, but nothing works out the way it's supposed to. But we had fun regardless. We got a game plan for what we're going to do to get these cars so they are working. All right, guys, comment, like, and subscribe. See y'all soon. Later.